Good day, Lords and Ladies, and welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. Now, in the last episode, we pretty much tidied up shop. We figured out that the Dragon Cult had some kind of AI that was killing people called Apex, and now we've been tasked to kill it. Our group's got to kill it if we can. The elf behind the counter says nothing. She stands silent, staring at you. No cryptic message this time, no prophecies, you say? No, not after what just happened. Not today. When the attackers came in here, did you know that? He pushed us away past Adrian's ward and forced himself into the shop. Her nostril flares. He threatened us, threatened me. Something tells me it didn't work out well for him. You say? No, it did not. So what happened? Did you cast a spell on him or something? She examined her fingernails. I lifted the veil. I showed him my true face and destroyed his mind. What the hell are you, Absinthe? Because I'm pretty sure you're not an elf. No, I'm not an elf. I'm merely a passenger in this body, a guest, here to experience what you call life. I'm as I have 1,000 times before. You lack the means of perceiving what I really am. You do not possess the sight. All said, that is probably for the best. Your species is too fragile after all. I get it, you're powerful, so why are you telling me all this, you say? Because there is something that I need you to know, a truth hidden from mortal eyes. I need you to know that I am not mortal, so that you will trust my words. Go ahead then, you got my attention, you snap. In my time as an observer of this world, I have witnessed a great many things, wonders and terrors beyond measure, the birth and death of nations, the rise and fall of gods. I have seen the ebb and flow of magic from the fourth world to the fifth to the sixth. I have watched in awe as the tides carries wonders and miracles into the world of men, and I have mourned as they have swept back out again. I have borne witness as the cycle begins and ended, and begin itself anew. I have seen what has come at the end of the fourth world, thousands of years ago, when ancient Thera crumbled into the sea. I saw the things that crawled into the carcass of the once great nation, vile, terrible things. Even now I can feel them. They drift on tides of mana, hungrily awaiting the end of the sixth world, and the death of all that you know. I have seen what you will do to when this world has run its course, human. They will rip the guts from your dying civilization, and they will feast upon the screams. Who are they? Things born of nightmares, horrors, dark space between the metaplanes crawl with them. She looks at you and you can feel your head swimming. Your kind fears what you can see, corporations, dragons, violence, poverty, and around them cruelty of fate. If you could perceive reality the way I do, you would know that there's much greater things to fear. If the world was an ocean, the hazards that you know would be sharks, dangerous creatures to be sure, but worthy of respect. But below them in the silence, still Leviathan circles. Since we go now, Black Knight, talk to Adrian. After all that has happened, I am sure you'll be glad to see you. Remember what I have told you. I will. Yeah, so she was something much worse. Salutations, youngster. I believe the bazaar is still standing thanks to you. No big deal, some people need saving, and I saved them. It was a team effort, Monica would have done the same. Let's see, which one do we want to do? Let's do that one, Monica would have done the same. I agree, and you have filled her suits admirably. Now tell me, how may I serve you? I have some questions for you if you don't mind. What can you tell me about Dante? He's not a normal dog. Indeed not. Dante is part hellhound. Bred to be an elite guard dog, I assume he had manifested some of his awakened abilities. Yeah. How did you know he was a hellhound? Monica brought him to me some time ago. He was a special order. She thought he could guard Herr Amsel when she was away on business. So they'd be worried about him? I would keep him fed if I were you. I understand he likes soy jerky. But if I heard it's true, he has bonded to you. Unless you mistreat him, you have nothing to worry about. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? What are you selling? So yeah, we can buy stuff from him. All kinds of magical doohickery that we don't really need. My prominent thing we have right now is that we've got just under 7,000. So, what to buy? That is the question. Darts are cleared out. Inspect. Black Knight, Civic Center. Someone got shot up pretty bad. Lane. Alaska Lane looks to have endured an attack on the bazaar without injury. You find him surveying the damage with sad eyes. You alright? The troll takes his heavy head, showing more wariness than wound. This had not happened, not here. It is one thing to strike an old man whose time is done, but to attack the bazaar and endanger the lives of the innocent, and this is unforgivable. The cowards who ordered attack. I have no idea who they are messing with are dead, they just don't know it yet. Let's go with this, are dead, they just don't know it yet. There was a time I fought as you do, but I made a vow to never make the war again. Yet, if you hadn't been here if you hadn't been here to do so, we would all be dead. For the bazaar and to remain safe, it needs people like you. Black Knight, what a relief to see you alive. Sammy wraps you in an enormous hug. You should know that generosity has saved dozens of lives. What happened? When the attackers came, we all took refuge in the Black Knight Civic Center. Its strong walls and sturdy gate kept us all safe from harm. Had our people been on the streets, had they been in our old building, which came under fire during the attack, none of them would be alive. We owe you, Black Knight, more than ever. You may not look upon yourself as a hero, but to people of the bazaar, that is what you will always be. How's Alexander doing? He's adjusted. Okay, so that's fine. How's Silk doing? Yeah, so there's no new dialogue. I'd like to talk about your organization. Accepting donations. Thank you, friend, but no. We are now as much as comfortable with this year. Okay. That's passing by. Right. He's still there. Who's this? Oh, Simi. In the aftermath of the attack, you were surprised to see Simi has survived. Only a few scrapes and bruises. You saved us. As many as I could. So many more would have gone if you hadn't been there. Are you hurt? How did you make it through the attack? Let's see. Are you hurt? I lost my shoe. I was running and then I fell. But Dr. Esquivel found me. He picked me up, took me with him. He hid me in a drawer, gave me a blanket and told me to be quiet. It was so dark and it smelled, but I didn't make a sound. I heard yelling, things breaking, gunshots, I think. I had one of my sims. I could have just gone inside, but didn't, so I stayed out here. I don't know how long it was, but when the drawer opened, it was over. Guess he finally remembered that oath of his. Kim doesn't seem to understand, but he nodded anyway. I'm going to go back and check on the others. Okay. Okie dokie. Everyone's still alive down here. Hey, don't mean to be rude. Off time. Okay, so yeah, that dialogue hasn't reset then. Let's go and check the doctor, see if he's still alive. Yeah, he is still alive. Black Knight, Dr. Esquivel gives you once over and nods to see you made it through the attack relative unscathed. Did you have any run-in with the attackers? No, truth be told, I was in surgery when the attackers hit and they never disturbed my office. I spent the entire sorry event elbows deep in the abdomen of an elderly dwarf. His neurotic screen needed a tune-up. That's funny. Simi tells a different story. The sound of Simi's name wipes a smile off his face. He stares at you, the colour draining from his cheeks. Ah, yes, Kim, I don't know you two are acquainted. So which is it, Doc? Which were you sealed up in your office and for the attack, or did you help her out? Why the lie, Doc? You saved her. If anything, I'd thought you'd be bragging about it. It wasn't a lie, not completely. I was working on a patient when the fighting broke out. When I heard the gunshots, I ducked out of my office to find the girl. When I got back, I hid her away and went back to surgery. Thanks to a copious dose of insufflants and nitrous oxide, my patient was blissfully unaware of the interruption. She also said she had broken glass and gunshots. Care to revise your story any further? Escobar's lips tightened his taste. Please don't call her that. Her name is Kim. And yes, the attacker did break in partway through the operation. He fired his weapon into the wall and shattered some very delicate equipment. And how did you get rid of him? That remained my secret. Suffice to say that my experience in Spain gave me a newfound appreciation for high lethality security systems. Let me imagine run wild for that. There's a long pause. Escobar tries for another smile, but it falls away quickly. I don't intend to spend any longer on this Black Knight. I already said my piece. I feel a certain level of responsibility for Kim's welfare, never mind why. So I take care of her the best I can. That's all I intend to say on the subject. You can talk sop or leave, your choice. I need cyberware. Right, does he have anything? I could get something with a leg for quickness and dodge. Perhaps. This could be useful. But it's going to take a sizable chunk out of my budget. So before we do anything, I am going to make sure we have everything done. Also talk to him. That was crazy, mein Fräulein. Bullets flying, people dropping like flies, crazy. Also, had to use his magic on a few of them, so that puddles. See that puddle there? He lazily points to a yellow-green stain on the cobblestones and gives you a slow nod. Yeah, that was one of the attackers. Thy name is Goo. One of these days, you're going to have to demonstrate that powerful magic of yours for me. He smiles. One day, mein Fräulein, absolutely. But today, you're here for a reason. Right here. Suppose if we had magic stuff, we'd be able to get more out of him, but hey-ho. Right. Back now, I'm glad to see that you made it through attack. Not all of mine was so lucky. You okay here? Matt back? No, lost a niece today, but I'm doing a whole hell of a lot better than attackers are. Those sons of bitches hit the wrong keys. I put 6 men in the ground personally, and when I find out who they are, where they lived, he turns his head and spits. Ain't nothing gonna say those people. He shakes his head and he turns attention to you. I don't come here to listen to me rage. You've come here for a bit of payback, safe a wager. What can I do for you? I have to cast. I need weapons. Okay, let's see if we can find something nice that we can take on the mission. SMG. Minigun. You can spec someone in your party out to carry that, which is absolutely incredible. Right. We could get that, but I think what I will want them to do before we do anything first is see if we can get any decent cyber gear. Because that's the first thing we want to do. Not cyber gear, any decent equipment. Right. Let's see what we've got. We bought the latest stuff. Level 3. So we do need some better stuff. What are we running with spell-wise? Level 2 stuff. Okay. So, level 3s. Want to grab a level 3 healing thing. That'd be nice. These guys are still there. I mean, I could take. The problem is getting level 7 drones is nice and all, but it's a really massive investment. Especially considering how much it costs. Like it's four grand to do that. And I still have to get some more programs. Let's see. Level 3 kill. Level 3 corrosion. Yeah. Now I take level 3 blast. Okay. Right. Yeah, let's see what you got. Let's go outfits. Nothing that's going to boost. I already have that. Intense decking and ASP control. That has more armor. Yeah, so let's grab that. Okay. I'm going to sell some stuff just very quickly. Sell stuff. Right. What do we need? Well, we can sell that. And sell that. Sell both of those. Okay, so this is all the equipment stuff. So we've got that. Okay, so it's killer and erosion that we can get rid of. Let's see. Area of effect. Yeah. Erosion. Okay. Just checking I haven't gotten rid of any of my good stuff. No. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Equipment. That's stuff we have on us. Stuff in the stash. Sell that. Okay. With that done, I mean, this is the thing. I could get another attack algorithm, like another attack bot. So we had 2 of them. Might be useful, especially with the amount of things we keep them running into. If we get this, we'll have to invest in the next level of drone. But my current drone is really not standing up to mustard. Okay, fine, let's just invest. Okay. Confirm. Go down to here. Okay. My plan had to get up to decking, but as it stands right now, I'm going to grab the S-class drones. I'm going to go back to base. Right. Get to the equipment stash. Equip it. Okay, equip the drone. That's good. item-wise, we've got a couple of medical kits we can give, a couple of trauma kits, ton of grenades. My plan is to take... Actually, one thing I am low on is I'm low on repair equipment. And there's our drone, the new one. Okay. I need a couple more repair kits in case of emergency. One for myself and one for somebody else. Sell my old drone as well. Okay. So let's grab a couple of level 2s. I'll grab all 3 of them. I'll also chuck my old drone at it. That should cover the costs. Okay. Also grab a healing kit. Right, that should be everything that I really need. And the only thing I could get that I have more of, I could get a couple more spells for him. We should be okay. Let's go hunt ourselves an AI. The gear that I've got on, keep pesky real world at bay if we get this. So basically, intelligence 1, +1 decking, +1 ESP control. Which means that we have intelligence of 9, decking of 8, and ESP control of 5. So yeah, we should be okay. Hopefully. Let's go. Yeah, assemble the team, travel to the coordinates that Alice provided to the back door. Okay, say down at Apex. So, who are we going to take? We can take the guard dog. No, I'm going to take my usual crew. Yeah, he's got like nothing he can use to heal. He's got okay stuff. With a nice chunky handgun now. He's got a couple of high-level spells. I'm going to switch that out for something. Okay. Confirm. Apex Rising. Apex, an artificial intelligence designed for matrix warfare. The thought of one sends a chill down your spine. For years, the shadows have been ripped with ripe rumors of true AI. Names like Mirage and Psychotrope are future conspiracy boards on the Shadowland BBS since 2029. Most savvy Shadowrunners dismiss these stories as bunk, but from what Alice has told you, at least one of these stories is real. Apex is waiting for you, somewhere deep in the basement of an abandoned, shared Krupa lab. Unfortunately, you're going to have to wade through a lot of gang territory to get to it. Okay. First things first. What do we want to switch out? Can't he have that? Yeah, I'm going to give him the basic Cybolt. Like, the dagger's not great, and the Cybolt is actually more damaging. This thing you can have +1 heal, better improved healing spell. You can have medkits and a backup repair kit for the drone. I'll also give you some jazz. Okay. You, Iger's fine. You can take the assault rifle. She has 2 medkits for her own. We're okay. And for you, Point of jazz in case we really need it. We're not great on healing stuff, but he has healing magic, so we're just going to have to keep juggling with his things. Right. Find a way into the basement. Okay, let's go. Can we just walk around you? A huge orc in ragged combat fatigue steps forward to meet you. He walks with the swollen bravado of a man who's used to getting what he wants. One of his meaty arms jerks up, hands held upright in the universe sign for stop. The other clutters a bulky assault rifle. The orc expects you. His body language is decidedly unfriendly. You don't look like Magnifolka. You're not one of us, and I'm guessing you ain't here for the hub either. So tell me, who are you? What's your interest in this building? Let's see, business, can't discuss. Let's see, lie. Actually, I am here for the hub. With that kind of good bullshit, if you're here for the hub, then I'm a cross-dressing elf. He grins, revealing a mouthful of jagged teeth. This building's under arbiter protection. Can't let anybody in, anyone but who's packing that kind of heat. We don't want the building getting shut up after all. I'm not planning on shooting anything, not unless I have to. Well, yeah, I ain't exactly take that as face value. Look, it's better for everyone if you just turn back, and we don't want to fight you, but we can't risk letting an unknown player into this. He paused for a moment, searched for the right words. Situation right now. You don't get to make that call. I have business inside, and that's where I'm going. If you want to try and stop me, be my guest. Maybe I can help you out with your situation. Well, that puts it in spin it. He paused for a moment to consider. You look like you can handle yourself. We could probably use you if you're willing to help. There'd even be some money in it for you. But if not, well, his assault rifle in his hand shifts position slightly. That's a different conversation. And what exactly do you want us to do? Iga's tone is neutral, but her posture is relaxed. But one of her hands casually comes to rest on the butt of her shotgun. Ulrich doesn't seem to notice. We have some trouble with a local mage gang, the Magnificals. The orc 10 spits. They're attacking us without warning. Took up in our building and kicked us out onto the street. Me and the boys, we had a right for protectors of this block, but the assholes that screwed us, they've got the building buttoned up pretty tight. We can't get in there to make things right, but maybe you can. If you can enter the building and do some damage to the Drek-eating Magnificals, the Arbiters would be willing to pay you 200 new yen per kill. You bring back their amulets and you get paid. How's that sound? Iga raised an eyebrow. Your call, village leader. You know the timetable we're on. Charisma 5. 200 yen a head isn't bad, but from my understanding it looks like you need my help, and that tells me you can do better. Fine, 250. Works for me. Good. I think this will work well. Iga gives you a small nod, and she hands falls away from the stock of a shotgun. You need anything, or are you ready to go crack you some heads? I want to know what I'm up against. Tell me about the Magnificals. A gang of parasites. They think their magical talents make them better than anyone else. Because of that, they feel entitled to take whatever they want. Up until recently, they've been content with pulling pranks and stealing purses, childish Drek, but they were basically harmless. Then their new leader took over, calls himself Trophimus, but I remember when he was just a skinny little prick named Uri. He lets out a derisive snort. I should have kept a better eye on him, I guess. I should have stomped him flat when he started putting on airs. Would have saved everyone a heap of trouble. Trophimus took over the magnific militarized them and convinced them they could take us, and thanks to the element of surprise, they actually managed to do it. The orc folded his arms with his burly chest. Any day now, we're going to show them exactly how bad an idea that was. I think I'm starting to breaking Ura's neck. You're pretty dug in here. How long do you intend to man the trenches? We'll be out here as long as it takes. We're taking our building back one way or the other. For over 3 years, we protected this place. We held it for the people to do with as they pleased, to keep it safe from parasites and exploiters. Everything was cool until those magnifics sucker punked us. No negotiations, no warning. They just turned on us out of the blue, brought a couple dozen spirits down on our heads, didn't know that we were under attack until the water in my bath snaked up and tried to drown me. Most of us got out alive, but we've been stuck out here ever since, just giving us some time though. We'll take the building back. We'll starve them out if we have to. Want to know who I'm working for? I'm Ulrich, leader of a Berlin chapter of the Arbiters. We're a polo club, small but growing. We serve the people of the working class, protecting them from the parasites who would exploit them. So you're not a fan of the F state, then? Anarchy is not the solution to the people's problems. Do what thou wit is a policy that rewards only the powerful. Working class gets trampled. A strong people-centered communist movement is the only way to protect the interests of the common man. Give us a few years and we're exactly where we're going to be. So basically, they are basically a communist political militia. Anything I should know about the building before I head inside? You'll probably see some burnouts floating around the ground floor. They're all there for the hub. It's like some kind of church or something. A guy called Parson runs it. Between you and me, they're all batshit crazy, not dangerous, just nuts. Why you keep them around at all then? Because a lot of them are rich. They pay the direct load in rent, and we redistribute that wealth to the common man. Let me guess, you define yourself as the common man. Do you see a tie around my neck, pal? Do I look like a corporation stooge to you? We are friends of the people, and we are the people. Don't you dare to question it. Just one more thing. I need to get into the basement. Anything you can do that help me out. Basement? What could you possibly want down there? You wouldn't believe me even if I told you, you say. You're surprised what I would believe. Try me. Look, man, I just need to get into the basement. I can't have time to explain to you. Can you help me or not? Alright, I need to stop a killer AI so I can rescue an elderly scientist from a ghost dragon. The future of Berlin could be at stake. You're right, I don't believe you. You're either lying or crazy. But crazy has its uses. Alright, I'll tell you. I'll get you into the basement, but it'll cost you. And of course it will. Digit sneers. Another Bush League extortionist trying to milk us for cash. You've got the wrong idea. I don't need Nguyen, friend. What I need is Truma's head on a fucking plate. Problem is, he's holed up somewhere in the building, and we don't know where. Best guess, he's hiding somewhere upstairs in a room with no exterior windows. Somewhere, probably someplace close. He stashed the power coupler for the elevator. He pulled it to keep us from getting access to the guns we stashed in the basement. So you find and kill Trumus, grab the coupling out of his apartment, and bring me that stupid amulet he's always wearing so I know he's dead. He cracks a grin. Then I give you a control chip that I pulled away. We had pulled when we had to fall back. Slot them back into the elevator and we'll take you straight to the basement. See what I can do. Good, Judge. Good. Just remember, no amulet, no basement. Now go on through and we'll show this little prick what it means to screw with the Arbiters. So basically they're communists. Yeah, they're basically communist militia. They got kicked out by what sounds like a surprise attack from a bunch of mages. Right, so here we are. Okay, I have no idea what's going on in here. Parson. The attending behind the counter is an uncommonly fine-featured dwarf with a beautiful smile. A yellow ID tag pinned to his chest announces his name in large, blocky letters. Parson. He nods at you and raises a hand in greeting. Welcome to the hub, sister. Are you here to share in the splendors of communion? If so, I can show you an empty terminal. I might be interested. Tell me more. Commune is a spiritual experience friend, available to all those with small donation gestures at the bank terminals along the walls. The hub acts as the core of the communion. Those who jack into it are in turn linked to one another, daisy chained together at the brainstem. Race, gender, social class, all the artificial barriers to empathy that we construct as a culture. Commune strips them all away. It is a moment to grant to greater truth that so many of us deny, that we are all the same at the core. Imagine it, friend, dozens of individual minds all tied together in a single cohesive whole, sharing in the collective subconscious connected to the hub. Pass and raise hands in supplication. Join us and feel the limitations fall away. You and your congregants need to stop. There's a killer AI on the loose in the building. The dwarf invented smile doesn't falter. You are quite mistaken. The hub is a place of peace. We are not in danger here. I have some questions for you about the local gang activity. He nods. We do seem to be more than our fair share. Very well, I will answer your questions. Should I be worried about the gang war that seems to be gearing up around us? Well, you remain in the hub, you have nothing to fear. We pay well for the use of this place, and leave a gang which would risk driving us away. And the rest of the building? He spreads his hands out. If you choose to go exploring, I can't guarantee your safety. What can you tell me about the Arbiters? Passing that a heavy sigh. A pack of snarling animals dressed up as a polo club. I'd steer clear of them if I were you. Their ideology is loosely based on neo-communist movement from the past. In truth, I think they are just copied a few pages of an old Red Army faction handbill, without even bothering to learn what they meant. For their rhetoric, the Arbiters are just another street gang. They shout for the sake of shouting. There's no real conviction there. If you come from outside, you probably bumped into their leader, a huge orc who calls himself Ulrich. He can seem responsible, but I gave him a wide berth. One more note: if I were you, I'd avoid being seen with the Magnificers. The Arbiters take shots at the members of the Mage Gang whenever they see them. If you get not careful, you get caught yourself in the crossfire. I need to know more about the Magnificers. Power-drunk fools, a lot of them. The Arbitrators were bad enough, but the Magnificers are even worse. The Arbitrators' interests were limited to theft and violence in the name of their cause. The Magnificers, they have power and they seem to relish in abusing it. Now that they claim the upper levels of the building, it isn't safe to travel beyond the ground floor. Several members of our congregation have been mauled to death by pet spirits. He shakes his head sadly. Now we travel only in groups. You're safe down here, though? Yes. Fumus needs the hub. To threaten this congregation would jeopardize his primary source of income, but the upper floor enjoys no such protection. They have been a dangerous place to travel. I'm looking for Theomius. Any idea where I can find him? The smile fades from person's face. Theomius, dangerous man, why do you ask? I have business with him, private business. He studies your face for a moment and nods. Fair enough. Theomius is almost certainly upstairs, hidden away from the outside world. I wouldn't advise going after him, but if your mind is made up, I suppose it can't change it. Yes, I can tell you how to find him, but I would need something from you in return. Yes, of course you will. Saw that coming. Deirdre sighs. Tell us what you need. A pair of squatters on the second floor ripped the guts out of one of my terminals. They have taken the data jack signal. Converter, and the terminal will be out of commission until I get it back. A single damaged terminal may not sound like much, but trust me, the entire experience of communion has been diminished by this act of vandalism. I believe that I know the squatters responsible. Their leader's name is Janet. She's a decker of some skill. I don't know what she has planned for my part, but I do know that her situation will not stand. I cannot allow another terminal to be damaged, so you want us to deal with them for you. Yes, but not with violence. I want you to talk with them, convince them to bring me back my components. Do this, and I'll tell you how to get to Firmicius. Deal? Sounds straightforward enough. Excellent. What do you do here? I am the custodian of the hub. I tend to the bodies of the brothers and sisters while they serve the repatriate communion. Can you tell me something about the building? Beyond the hub, there isn't much to speak of. There's a small shop down the hall if you're hungry or in need of basic supplies. He shrugs and offers you a apologetic smile, and that's about it, I'm afraid. What about the upper levels? There are floors above us, of course, but unlikely to find anything of value up there. Just the domiciles of the faithful and the Magnificers who have taken charge of the building. I would stay clear of them if I were you. I need to go down in the basement. That would be difficult. The stairways leading down to the basements, the building's sublevels have been blocked and the elevators have been sabotaged. It stopped working at the same time that the arbitrators were driven out of the building. As we discussed, if you recover the stolen property, I can tell you how to find Prometheus. Otherwise, you'll have to try your luck with Ulrich out from front, but I wouldn't recommend it. Thank you. Okay, so Like, this is actually really quite... The reason this is worrying, because this is basically like a hive consciousness. This is like a cognitive mind link thing. I'm trying to remember the exact term of it in sci-fi terms. But let me just say this, that's like really bad. Having a sculpted consciousness, yeah. It's basically a hive mind, a human hive mind. And it's really dangerous for multiple reasons. The man behind the counter looks tired, his lips are heavy and his eyes are bloodshot. Welcome to Cars and Resort, what can I do for you? Let me see your inventory. Okay, so he's got hardly anything, but I will take another trauma kit. In fact, I will take 2 of these. And what I will do is I will switch out one of those for one of these. Glory's okay. Personally, I don't care about him having the drugs. I know they're probably useful, but I'd rather have more healing supplies. We can't switch her out. Yeah, like, drugs are nice. Plus AC is always good and everything, but just more healing. Like, I just want to have as much healing as possible. Confirm. I need some information. He rubs his eyes and does his best to shake himself awake. Well, yeah, alright. What do you want to know? What's the layout of this place? He pauses for a moment, gathering his thoughts. When the words comes in, he's slow as molasses. Well, you're on the first floor. That's the hub and my shop. The second floor has been mostly been converted into makeshift apartments for people to live in. A gang squats up there. The magnifici, dangerous people. I'd stay away from them. Third floor is mostly housing too. Lots of parsons, communion crazies live up there. Magnifico have a squat up there too. He leans in and lowers his voice in a whisper. I'm pretty sure their main crib is up there too. Don't know exactly where. What do you know about the Magnificas? We don't care about much aside from their own magic. Whole world's one big magical pissing contest with them. Always trying to summon bigger and better spirits. Dangerous stuff, man. Must be tough having to live down here with all that going on over your head, says Dietrich. It ain't easy. They charge less in protection than the arbiters do, but they don't care about keeping anything even in approachable order. They just hide out in their little clubhouse, getting high, swarming spirits that terrorize and kill people on the 3rd floor. He shakes his head, poor bastards. What do you know about the arbiters? Bunch of tough guys. They took a big cut of my salary in protection money, all in the name of working class. Funny, last time I checked, I was the working class. In fact, I'm the only one who's working in this whole damn building. He spreads his arms, a helpless look on his face. But at least they keep some of the form of law. Mugging and assaults were rare, and they didn't let murderous spirits run loose on the upper floors. So you know, you take the good with the bad. That's all I want to know. Nothing more. Okay. That's the elevator. The elevator appears to be offline. Control panel's LCD screen is unlit and the metal casing is badly dented. Examine the control panel. We easily pry the metal casing away from the wall, exposing a massive wires and circuit. After a quick inspection, it becomes clear the elevator is wired to an operation around a control chip. The chip is missing, and it looks as though the power coupling has been yanked alongside it. Without the components, there's no way for the elevator to function. Okay. Yeah, so what the story he said was true. He's got the control chip, and the head of the mage gang upstairs has the power conductor, like the power circuitry. The thing is, as much as unpleasant as like basically the gang outside that pretends to be a communist revolution is, the guys upstairs, the mage gang, sound just as bad, if not worse. Rubble. Looks like their both walls gave way and they took the roof with them. The entire hallway is blocked with debris. We'll go to the 2nd floor. Okay. Now, what do we have of jobs? Parsons terminal part. Find the way into the basement. Yeah. Okay. And there's someone at the back. Let's go. What are we looking at? There's a lot of them as well. Fantastic. And we'll go... Who do we want to take down? They're all mages, which sucks. You missed, which doubly sucks. Okay, how do we need to get into? We need to get into this room. Now. Do I want to use a grenade? Probably not. Not a lot of cover. But they're all stupid enough to stand in the same space. You got some of them. And let's put a nice solid hit into him. Yeah, I'll use a basic Fletch grenade. It's actually relatively likely to miss, which is unfortunate. Let's pull out the sniper rifle. We'll do... that. And then we'll do a headshot on... you. And miss, because of course I missed. The drone is going to come up here. You could swipe. Not going to really work. Target the head. Let's flank a bit. Okay. Yeah, you lost control of your summoning. That's funny. Right. Get that person. And that's all really you can do. And just... he's out in the open, so if you'd be so kind. Nice solid damage. Who can we hit? Not a lot of people. None of us are injured. So let's get this down on him. Yeah, we'll throw a mage thing, which didn't work. Of course, it didn't work. And then we just shoot this person in the back a couple of times. Nice solid damage. You not being able to hit things is really annoying to me. Let's do full auto. And you're still up? Ah, impressive. They're almost dead. Can't do anything. End the turn. Right, you need to die. Yeah, the spirit is still up. Fantastic. Because when I go out into battle, last thing I want to do is have to deal with rage-induced lunatics. Get up to here. We missed that. That was unfortunate. Relocate. Just shoot it normally. Man, that thing is tanky. Okay. Good solid hit. Can you see it? Well, let's, in case it tries to come out of the room, we'll also drop the dragon thing down. And then we'll put an axe insert on you to give you another shot. No, we just missed. Right, so they're all dead. Yeah, pick up some of the bits and pieces lying about. Just quickly. Right, spellbook. Send it to the stash. Send it to the stash. Okay. And with that, we are progressing into the building housing the Apex AI. And a lot of what look basically like they just like from the information we've been given, these guys are just nothing but just power hungry like lunatics. So I'm just gonna wipe them out, collect the amulets. Really, I'm not really in the favor of allying with people that allows spirits to run around eating people just for giggles. So these guys are probably going to die, even if we do have to end up working with a pseudo-communist militia group. I've been Cornish-knight. This has been Shadowrun Dragonfall. Nice to see you all again next time, folks. Goodbye.